Singlets are a little confusing, so the red-headed Quinn Gibson from Bradley is your leader. And he is wrestling at 160 pounds. Sean Bass and Quinn trying to stand up and escape. 9-1 lead for Quinn Gibson. And he's working his way up. Stand-up position, hips out, breaks the hold, 10-1. Gibson with a quick shot, has the single, trying to suck it in. He gets it, and will he finish right here on the edge? He does. Okay, they award the 2. Gibson now up 12-1.
Kenny Mira is the official for this match. Of course, Kenny is a well-known official, good official, and does a lot of NCAA tournaments, and he's being assisted by Tim Abel.
Wrestling fans, if Quinn Gibson goes up by a score of 15 points before the third period is over, that will be known as a technical fall. They have a technical fall in the sport of wrestling. The score is 12-1.
He's trying to lock in a cradle. I tell you, he's one of the best cradle guys around, is Quinn. And Quinn Gibson working on 13-1 to lead, 57 seconds.
Quinn Gibson got a penalty point awarded to him because his opponent was not moving as quickly as he should have or presenting himself. So his opponent was warned and then penalized for stalling.
The penalty point comes on the second occurrence. And first they warned him, and then get him tried. And look at this right here. Check out this position. Quinn is a master at dealing out pain. See him grab that other foot to make a little C out of the body. And let me tell you right now, what you're seeing, I don't know what you think that looks like at home, but I'm telling you, that right there is very, very, very painful. You got the guy's body twisted, a lot of pressure on his back.
It's wearing him down.
Wearing him down. And he just, I believe he just picked up 3 more if they award it. And 13-1. Quinn Gibson, there it is. That's technical foul as time ran out. 16-1.
16-1.
And Quinn Gibson, tech falls. So right there, raises his hand to the crowd, the Bradley faithful, 2-time state champ. And Quinn Gibson, right now, pretty good candidate for that Outstanding Wrestler Award.
No doubt about it. Wrestler coming up, maybe someone.
Another man in the picture. You've got another outstanding wrestler, Nathan Jones, a senior this year as a sophomore, finishing in first place at 145 last year. Runner-up to the man you just watched wrestle, Quinn Gibson. Didn't get to participate in that finals match as he ended up with a sprained ankle and was not able to go a championship match time, and was second to Quinn Gibson at 160 pounds last year. Now the prohibitive favorite at 171. Wrestling Brian Blackman, whose brother has a lot of fame here in this area, wrestling for Oklahoma State, Rusty Blackman.
Another Cleveland Bradley finals matchup.
Yes.
And Jones, very strong, very aggressive, and Blackman, more of a...
Both of these wrestlers are honor students. Nathan with a 3.6 GPA and Bryant with a 3.8 GPA.
I thought you were going to tell me he had a 6-point. I thought, my gosh, that guy's smarter than I thought anybody could be. But 3.6 and a 4-point. Two fine gentlemen and two great minds as well as great wrestling.
Dale and Sheila Jones, and of course Chuck and Cindy Blackman are very proud parents of these 2 wrestlers in our Cleveland community, Bradley County, and it's great to see the two schools represented in this weight class.
The 2 have matched up 2 or 3 times this year. I think Nathan has won each of them.
They've had 3 matchups because of being in of course they have their dual meets that they have scheduled every year, and they're in the same region. And they also met in the finals of the Bradley Invitational tournament. Nathan Jones coming out on top all 3 times, once by pin, once 10-5, and once I believe 12-2. So definitely Nathan Jones is expected to win, but Brian Blackman is wrestling an outstanding tournament.
One thing we must forget about Nathan Jones is he was a state champion in 2001, and one thing that some people don't realize, that he's the winningest wrestler in the history of Cleveland High School.
He
had 168 victories up until tonight, so it's quite a feat.
A lot of great wrestlers.
Johnny ought to know he probably had right in there at the top too.
He broke my record.
I was going to say, he beat this man right here. And he right now gets 2, trying to finish with a 2nd state title in his career.
Both these gentlemen coached by legendary state high school coaches, Coach Al Miller from Cleveland, and of course Steve Logston from Bradley.
Yep.
Great look at Bryant Blackman right there, brother Rusty Blackman. Those that follow wrestling know that 2nd as a sophomore, 2-time state champion his junior and senior year, now attending Oklahoma State. I can see him over there on the edge of the seat with the Bradley crowd and trying to get his brother Bryant off the mat there with his body motion. But Nathan Jones.
Nathan Jones, a methodical wrestler.
Very workmanlike. Nathan Jones won't be fancy and show you a lot of picture-perfect moves or a lot of slick moves. He just comes at you and grinds you into the mat, and his intensity, probably really, I don't know anybody that goes any harder than Nathan Jones in the wrestling, high school wrestling in this area. And the young man is just he's on top of you, and you better be ready to go.
You fellas mentioned both of these coaches being legends, and Al has been, right now, is the longest existing head coach at Cleveland High School in any sport. He's won 3 dual state championships, 2 regular state championships, and was state runner-up twice. Has a 316 and 110 dual meet record. Of course, Coach Logston, we all know, he's won 5. This will be his 5th individual state championship with 6 dual state championships, and his record is 238 and 19. Not bad.
No doubt where the hotbed of wrestling in the state of Tennessee is now.
And as I said earlier, before we started the matches today, it's always great to see this state championship come through Bradley County and Cleveland. And think about where we started from way back in the early 70s and helping start that Bradley program and where it's come. It's been great. I accuse Turner Jackson. We both were a little bit stupid in our mentality. In 1979, I turned the program over to Al. We won the state championship the next year. In 1992, Turner turns it over to Steve, and they win it the next year. I said, Coach, what do we do?
Chattanooga area also would say great programs like Saudi Daisy would say, hey, we're fighting in there. They won it last year. And, of course, East Ridge has come on, and Franklin's going to be a great team in a couple years. So lots of great teams in Tennessee. Tennessee wrestling is starting to rise.
It's fabulous. It's so good to see this developing and seeing what's going on.
And a lot of the good Chattanooga wrestling, of course, is in the private school divisions. Baylor, McCauley, Father, Ryan, MBA. And right now, as we talked a little bit earlier, we had some history being made out on Division II, so we're going to call for an interview here in a moment when we get a chance.
McCauley has definitely been a leadership. I remember my first match as coach at Cleveland High School back in 1971 was against McCauley.
McCauley's Lee Connell standing in the wings here. We're going to talk to him in a minute. But right now, we're still watching Nathan Jones and Rusty Blackman go at it. 42 seconds, 171-pound match. Now, Blackman's got this real close. 2-0. Jones just up by 2. And much closer for Bryant Blackman than it was the last 2 matches. So he's hanging in there. And as we've seen tonight, it could change on a dime. They've had some cradles just thrown in, and all of a sudden the favorite's on their back. And Bryant Blackman, you can say he's giving 100%, because I'm telling you, Nathan Jones right there, if he's on top of you, you're not going too far.
You're right, and this is a point in wrestling. When you get to the state finals, anything can happen, and it's exciting.
We now are 13 seconds left in period 2. We've got Nathan Jones riding Bryant Blackman. Blackman trying to score, trying to get out right there. And Nathan Jones looks like he's going to ride him out for a 2-0 lead. And
3 seconds to go here.
3 seconds left. No, we're into the third period right now. 2 minutes to go in the third.
Nathan is waiting right now for acceptance, but has 2 congressional recommendations to the U.S. Naval Academy.
Well, they'd be glad to get him, and I'm telling you, what a great individual to have in any kind of service to our country. Of course, in these times, we need people with character, and this young man has character, people with a lot of guts. This young man has a lot of guts. He's gutting it out right now on the bottom. 2-0 against Bryant Black. One thing we've noticed tonight, matches where we thought people would dominate, like right now, we thought Nathan Jones might, and the stress and the mental, as the interview with Michael Cragen indicated, it's just so hard to always have that normal match feeling.
Well, I tell you, it's as I said before, when you get to this point, if you can't get up, it's tough. When you get to the finals of the state tournament, you got to be fighting for everything that you can.
And Jones looks like he may be coming out from underneath. He's caught Bryant Blackman's leg under there. And Bryant's still trying to hold on and crank him. He's got to turn him now. And Jones may be slipping out the back.
Too high.
Jones slips out the back. It's 2-0. He has not got the reversal yet, but he's about there.
Just bringing you a little update, Michael. Cleveland needs to pin Blackman to seal up second place. A tech by Nathan Jones will tie Saudi Daisy. Anything less, and Saudi Daisy will seal up second place.
At this point, unless Nathan can pin him, it looks like Saudi Daisy is going to be the winner on this match as far as how the outcome of second place goes. Bryant Blackman just down 4-0. We're in the third, 50 seconds. Jones has to get a pin for his team score. He just needs to hold on to be a two-time state champion. 4-0.
A long list of many Cleveland two-time state champions.
Nathan Jones, and right there you see Josh Coleman, assistant. Is he going to get him to his back? Bryant Blackman starting to move a little
20
bit.
seconds.
And great effort by Bryant Blackman to keep this match where it is, 4-0. Jones trying desperately to turn him. Blackman, 13, 11. He's trying to get away, and lots of action, but doesn't look like any points are going to be scored. 2 seconds to go. Nathan Jones. 4-0. Nathan Jones. That was a great effort on both parts. Nathan Jones can say, I'm a two-time state champ, and I was second once. And what a great career. And the Naval Academy, is that who's going to get Nathan Jones?
He is. Already has two accommodations and recommendations to the Naval Academy.
Well, we'll see if we can talk to Nathan Jones and Lee Connell here in a minute.
Mike, you mentioned earlier about character, and I think probably in this sport, if character is the main thing, it develops. It's you and another opponent out there and everybody watching, and I tell you what, it takes a lot of effort to hang in there and stick with it, especially if you lose a match.
And how about
Coming
Nathan
back.
Jones? We're going to try to get to an interview or two here in a minute. And I think we're getting it set up to talk to Lee Connell, son of Gordon Connell. Two great McCallie names. One, the father and coach of Division II McCallie, and the other one, the great wrestler, 5-time medalist. We're going to go to Johnny Lennon.
Wrestling fans, I'm standing here with the TSSAA historian Lee Connell as he places in the state wrestling tournament for the 5th year in a row, winning his 2nd state title, and his father coached by Gordon Connell, McCallie High School. Lee, that was a flurry battle there at the end. You feeling good?
Yes, sir. I know I was sitting there, I was losing my one with about 9 left, and all I was thinking was I got support of my heavenly father and my earthly father to help me get through and get out, and I knew I was going to do it. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
Avenging 2 previous losses to Mr. Stark, that has to be extra special. It's a family affair. Coach, you must be very proud of your son.
Yeah, and it was 3 times. 3 times he'd beaten us, but you know, the state tournament's that's the measure of performance. That's the one that people will remember, and so I couldn't be prouder. That was the happiest moment in 32 years of coaching that I experienced right there.
I can tell you guys are an emotional family. Again, congratulations, TSSAA history, 5-time state medalist, 2-time state champion, Lee Connell.
If we can, in just a moment here, we're going to slide in Nathan Jones here. Well, we'll wait. We'll go ahead and start this match right here. And then he's talking to another reporter, so everybody wants it, these people, of course. You've got reporters, you've got television people, great stories going on. And right now, we have moved to Division II to show you a little action.
Now this is, we have at an 189-pound class for Division I. Starting out, we have Tim Friel, a senior from Carnes High School. and Aaron Cothran, a senior from Fairview High School. They're in the first period with about 59 seconds to go. No score at this time, both on their feet.
I've watched Cothran. Cothran has been quite the muscle man. And we've got a interview set up here with a tired wrestler, but a two-time state champ, a one-time second place, greatest winner in the history of Cleveland High School. Let's go take an interview with John Lennon and Nathan Jones.
Wrestling fans, this is your 2003 171-pound state wrestling champion, Nathan Jones, second state title. Long road from your default, from being injured last year as a runner-up. You must feel fabulous.
Yes, sir. I knew last year I got second. This year I just wanted to come back and finish off good. Even though I really think I didn't wrestle as well as I could have. I went hard the whole time. That's the main thing I was worried about. And I think that's what helped me win. So, I'm very proud of that.
Second state title, Nathan. One in a big long list for Cleveland High School wrestlers. Your family must be very proud as Cleveland is battling for second place.
Yes, sir. I don't know what the score is right now, but Coach Miller said we could pull it out if we had a couple matches go our way, so still hoping maybe we can get second.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2003 171-pound state wrestling champion, Nathan Jones. Congratulations, Nathan.
Thank you.
Congratulations, as he just said, John Lennon to Nathan Jones. What a great wrestler. Great kid right there, too. You'll be proud to have him represent you in the armed services, wherever he decides to go. He's got people after him. He's thinking about maybe the Naval Academy. Great job, Nathan Jones. We're going on now. We're in the second period of the 189-pound matchup. 2 minutes to go. Update us on the parents of these two
Tim Friel, parents Doug and Jackie Friel. Of course, Tim is a senior, has 184-33 record in his career. So he's had quite a career. A champion at the William Blunt Coca-Cola Classic, champion at Hall's Invitational, and all KIL champion and Region 2 champion. Aaron, I don't have his parents listed here, but I know they're very, very proud of him also. He was champion at the Dixon Invitational and champion also at the Centennial Classic. 3-time Region 5 champion. Best wrestler in Region 5.
All right, well, I tell you, I watched Mr. Cochran there. I was trying to find his name on a sheet right there earlier. Very, very strong, but he's in some deep trouble. Cochran is on his back. This could be a quick one here in a second. 120 county. Is it going to be a pin? And it looks like it is. And there it is. Your winner, Tim Friel of Carnes. That was a great performance. I don't know what he's done on the way up. Maybe we can look that up in a minute on his sheet on how he wrestled through the tournament, but that's a quick pin. That young man might be in a hunt right there.
Yeah, 32 pins this year.
32 pins. Well, got to look at him. Of course, we got a heavyweight coming up here. Greenville's going to be off the game. So there's several people. Let's take a quick replay of that fast pin right there. Look at this. At 189, look at the power right there. As Friel all over Cothran. And check this out. There he is. He's got the stick. Great job by Channel 9 and the production crew. Bob Nolan and Steve Hedrick and all the fine people over there helping out. They're bringing us some great action. How about that?
Didn't get a chance to get our official in there. What's the fast? Gerald Muncie, assisted by Dan Gilbert. And then 171-pound, it was Tim Abel and Gerald Muncie. So.
All right, and Fox 61, we got to thank them again for bringing you the action. We've been bringing you an interview with John Lennon. Has Jordan Lean, a possible 4-time state champ. Let's look at
I am standing here with Mr. Jordan Lean, who just won his 3rd state wrestling title, on his way to being equal with Lee Connell. You're on your way to placing in the state 5 times. What was the final score of your 2003 state title?
9-3, I believe.
9-3, and you won over?
Cody Cleveland from College.
Cody Cleveland. And do you feel strong? You feel like you're ready to take this next step further next year and go for your 4th title, 3rd title?
Well, yeah, I feel confident, and but I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this one right now. It was a lot of fun. Didn't wrestle my best match, but I'll take it.
Did most of your work on your feet, Jordan, in this match?
Well, I tried to go feet first period, but he wrestled well on his feet the first period and kept things neutral, and so I went down to the mat where I feel comfortable and scored big points on the mat.
This is Jordan Lean, just won his 3rd state title for the Baylor School. Jordan Lean, 119-pound, 2003 state wrestling champion. Congratulations, Jordan.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we're at 2:15. We got Anthony Evans of West Side versus James Turner of Smyrna. And we got a couple of horses right here. And it's 2-1. It is Evans in the white singlet in the lead over Turner of Smyrna.
Both of these wrestlers are seniors.
And
Evans
they are both specimens.
Yes, they sure are. They look good. Evans has a record of 41-2 this year, 72-9 overall in his career. And Turner has a record of 37-0 this year, 96-9 in his career. Proud parents, Alan and Donica Reishi for James, and Regina Evans and Bobby Evans for Anthony.
And a little bit of an upset happened early on in the tournament here. Josh Bonham, probably the leading candidate for most people to win at 2:15 at Cleveland, lost in overtime. Josh is senior. I know he wanted that one bad, and a great wrestler there, so Evans was able to pull it out, and he's in here. Kind of a surprise against James Turner.
Yeah, Josh is a class wrestler and a class individual and comes from a class family, so he's proud people. He'll do well. He'll bounce back and be a great leader in this country.
And also, as a big man like this, Josh is not on your screen, but you take a look at him. He's also a great soccer player, so agile, athletic, and I wouldn't want to run into him if he was running down the soccer field.
James Turner was the outstanding wrestler in Region 5 tournament, first at GP West Invitational. And Anthony Evans was a Black Horse champion, Blue Cities champion, Father Ryan Invitational. He placed 3rd, CBHS Coca-Cola Classic champion, best wrestler at the West Championship, Region 8 champion. Outstanding wrestler at Black Horse, 4 years in football. He looks like it. He definitely can play that game, I'd say. William Richardson is Anthony's coach, and Mark Bonilla is James Turner's at Smyrna.
Smyrna in the purple and black uniform. James Turner, Evans in the West Side uniform.
Yeah. 2-1 is the score still. First period, getting ready to start the second.
And it's choice West Side. They decide to go down to try and end up, of course, scoring from bottom. It's easier to score from bottom than it is, of course, from top. Unless you turn your man from top, you don't get the points. Unless you get a stalling call on the bottom man. And trying to stand up is Evans. Looks like he's about out. Danny Gilbert, your official on this, and David Heffington, 2 great officials. You might notice when we roll the credits, Danny Gilbert was on here to help us today. What great mind on wrestling. He has the wrestling show leading up to the state tournament, sponsored by Check Into Cash. We need to mention that a few times more than we have. Check Into Cash, Alan Jones. What a passion for wrestling that guy has, and he has put on this show for you. Aired by Fox 61, put together by Channel 9, and we see a
nice cradle.
And
well, I tell you, I really thought that the gentleman from West Side would really put up a bigger battle.
Got Evans in trouble, I believe.
Turner with the back points, and he's got him again. Oh, look at the movement. What agility for big men. Evans with the fight. He's got a bear hug. He may take him down. And
he's strong.
Evans.
I tell you what, he is tough.
These two gentlemen are in a flurry of activity.
I like to see 2 big men go at it instead of walk.
Wrestling like 152-pounders.
4-2. Right now, Turner leading. Evans seems to be coming on. At 22-11, Johnny, if Evans would pull this match out, very unexpected. He's tied up 4-4 in the second period. What a great effort.
I'd like to see the statistics if this is Smyrna's first state finalist from Smyrna High School right outside of Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
I don't know if we've got that handy, but
not commonly known as a hotbed of Middle Tennessee wrestling.
7-0 this year.
This guy's showing you what's happening. And speaking of big men, we've got one coming up in a little while from Greenville that's a really hot time practice.
Nationally ranked Daniel Crosby.
We told you about some of the Tennessee best here as we've been going that are outstanding, being recruited by everybody. Let's take a look at the replay. Points scored by Anthony Evans. Here we go. Look at this. It looked like he may get to his back for a pin, elevated his feet, tossed the man over. Great reaction to come up. Squares up. Gets to his feet.
Good moves.
Right.
Quick. You like to see big men move like that.
It's good for the sport when the wrestling fans get to see the larger gentlemen really going at it.
And they are, and this may be a candidate for best match the way this one's starting to unfold. 4-4. We've got a tight one, an unexpected finalist, and Westside's Anthony Evans in the white singlet, putting on a pretty good show for a man 22-11.
Yep. I'm going to tell you, you don't see many of these best matches coming out of those heavyweight divisions too often.
No, you
do not.
All right.
I would have to say the Kyle James, Sean Cordell match would be right in there for the best match award. Again, voted on by your TSSAA officials at the 2003 state
Yeah,
championship.
we're going to show the rest of that flurry, John, here, and let's take a look at it. As he stood up, here he is. He's going to get a bear hug and lift, nice lift, and it's going to end up with a good scramble here.
He landed on his knees, not in the best position to finish a takedown. You want to finish on your toes, driving into your opponent so he can't react.
All right, we're back to action here.
Third period.
We're knotted up at 4-4. 215 pounds, Division I state title on the line.
And maybe a best match award working right here. Let's find out what happens. Smyrna wrestler James Turner in the down position, referee's position, trying to score. Much easier to score from bottom if you can get away from your man. It's harder to turn a man generally. It is to score him. He hooks the arm trying to get a Peterson or a roll through, does not get it.
In Division II right now, we're knotted up at 1 apiece. Blake Goodman from NBA versus Jess Greenwood from Ryan at 189 pounds, 1-1 with 20 seconds left.
Okay, I'm impressed with the quickness of these two big men and the agility. They're really moving on their feet well.
Right now, he's trying to turn. He's working him. He is going to get some back points. Oh, I did not expect that. There is 2. I believe he's going to get 2. Oh, he may pin him. This is an amazing upset right here, or at least to be in the finals and maybe pin his way to a title. Anthony Evans of Westside.
I have been watching this gentleman all tournament. He shows a lot of heart, a lot of guts.
He has now put himself ahead late in the third by 3. It is 7-4, 51 seconds to go.
Anything can happen at the state tournament, gentlemen, and always does.
Never fails.
Anthony Evans has 40 seconds. And I believe you'll see some excitement right here. One, they given Red a stalling point right there because Smyrna was not presenting himself. 7-4. West Side in the lead over James Turner.
You can tell by looking at the body postures of these gentlemen how the tide has turned.
James Turner, undefeated James Turner, 37-0 against the wrestler that's 22-11. This is...
I believe the gentleman from Westside did not even win his region. Did he win his region, Coach?
No, he was at region champion.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's 41-2 this year. Neither one of these are slouches.
No, sir. 10 seconds left.
He's going to hang on, and
back points make the difference.
What a great, great effort. Unbelievable. West Side. Unexpected. A proud and happy Anthony Evans. And look at the coaches. Slap hands.
Maybe West Side's first state champion.
Great effort. What a match.
That was exciting. Great to see 2 football players. Obviously, I'm assuming that they're both football players. I know that Evans was, but didn't say anything about Turner.
How about Anthony Evans? How about that? 22-11 wrestler comes in here and wins the state title. Unbelievable. All right. We're getting ready for the heavyweight action. And I tell you real quickly, before we start the next match, we're going to try to get Alan Jones, your major sponsor. We haven't taken too many breaks. We're trying to get you every bit of the action. Alan Jones of Check Into Cash. His passion for wrestling is unbelievable. And he is going to talk here in a moment. He's going to give us a little interview. Johnny Lennon has him. We may come back to Alan. Right now, no, we're on Greenville wrestler Daniel Crosby, well thought of, being sought after in college against a great one himself, Josh Pennington.
Jason Pennington, a senior from Clarksville High School, son of Robert and Pat Pennington, and then Daniel Crosby, a senior also from Greenville High School, son of Larry and Kathy Crosby.
We're going to come back to Alan Jones because we want you to get a full view of this young man from Greenville and this young man from Clarksville. Greenville obviously in the green, Clarksville in the Clarksville purple. These are two class heavyweights right here, Johnny, and I expect there's a lot of colleges looking at both of these men.
Last ranking in several polls, I know that Crosby was ranked 16th in the nation.
In the country, ladies.
In the country, and has probably moved up since he has finished the season undefeated thus far.
53-0. 53-0. And Pennington is 47-0 with 36 pins.
Battle of the Titans.
Both undefeated.
You got some information on the proud parents of these two young men. We did. We already gave that as there we go. And oh, Pennington now fighting off that. He's got a single leg, does Crosby, so this may be a finish here for a takedown. What a great wrestler. Look at the agility of Pennington. Nice fight.
I tell you what.
He still hasn't got takedown award. Unbelievable agility, and he may get two.
His foot stepped out.
There's a lot of
foot,
booing.
right foot did step out. If we get a replay of that, you'll see. I believe that's what David Heffelton is calling there.
A lot of booing in the crowd. But
if his foot would have stayed in, that would have been 2 points.
David Heffelton being the official and Pete Stafford assisting him for this heavyweight match, or this 275 match.
Here is the replay.
All right. Watch as he goes to the mat. If we get him all the way to the mat here, we may not get it.
Oh, didn't get that in.
There it is. If the camera angle was on the other side, his right foot is in there now,
but it stepped out before. I know Crosby's coach, Coach Breimer said that they trained Crosby as if he was a 171, 189 pounder, so that he is used to moving that fast. Wrestling fans are in for a treat because both these gentlemen wrestle like smaller guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've been very, very impressed with these last two heavyweight weight classes and how quick all four of these wrestlers are. This is just very unusual, even sometimes at this level.
2-0. I mean, 0-0, excuse me. I said 2-0. Did not award that takedown. So 0-0, and Crosby is now with the first points in this heavyweight battle.
Hard to hold a couple of men like this down.
And that's right. When you get on bottom, it's easier to score. These big guys can easily get away from one another. Crosby, of course, one of the best in the country. In a battle right now, got a slim lead, 1-0 over Pennington of Clarksville.
Daniel's career record is 169-13, and Pennington's career record is 162-15. These guys have wrestled a lot.
Crosby did not start wrestling till his freshman year.
And
end of his freshman year.
He's now one of the most sought-after wrestlers in the country. So with hard work, you can get anywhere, and it's hard to find a great heavyweight. And Crosby and Pennington. Imagine the force and leverage those two men are trying to put on each other here to get one in position for a takedown. And
Pennington's in.
Crosby has won 8 individual tournaments so far this year. That's pretty good.
Pretty good senior year.
Crosby in the green. Clarksville's Pennington in the purple and yellow. And the Clarksville Wildcats.
Both trying to slow the pace down a little bit, trying to set something up.
Clarksville, let's mention real quickly what a program they've built in the last 4 or 5 years. They've come on, and they are now one of the feared programs in Division I, and they have produced some outstanding wrestlers here the last 4 or 5 years and seem to come into the state tournament in the hunt. At least the top 5 finish now every year, and a couple stumbled a little bit this year, but what a great program. And they host the duels action every year, and duels being the team tournament that is put together by Division I. Clarksville hosts it. Artie and the gang over there at Clarksville do an outstanding job of hosting that tournament.
Outstanding wrestling community in Clarksville. They put on one heck of a state duel tournament. Great fans.
They are avid. Avid would be the word. They will love their Clarksville Wildcats, and they get behind them, and they get to these tournaments, and they are loud when they get in here.
They've been neck and neck with Cleveland the entire tournament, and with Bradley and with Saudi Daisy.
Well, we got a little break here in the action. It might be a good time to say something about the coordinators of this tournament this year. Jim Morgan and Mike Parker were the directors, and of course they always do a great job in organizing this tournament. Karen Parker and Bill Burnside were Division II matchmakers, and we'll pick up on the others a little later.
All right, back to the action. We got our cameraman doing a lot of work for us, and they're doing a great job. The Channel 9 staff as Pennington tries to get
I tell you what, I am so impressed with the movement, agility, and wrestling talent of our larger weight classes.
What a great job again, Channel 9 and then Fox 61 putting us on the air here. We got a major channel, and we are proud of that fact. And so
our
happy.
Proud sponsor, Check Into Cash, and Alan Jones.
It's exciting, guys. I know if someone has been around the sport for a long time, to see this happening, it's great. It's great for the sport, great for the whole area. It's super.
I walk in this gym.
Oh, nice deep shot on Crosby, just with a 1-0 lead. Will Pennington get a takedown? Heffington says no.
No, I could not see his foot.
He has to have control, and his feet have to be together on the mat.
Just wanted to finish that thought. I walk into this gym, haven't been in the wrestling community for some time, and see 8 mats on the floor.
Let's take a replay. They've got a shot of that. Let's see. Was it in or was it not in?
Up, his knee went out.
His knee went out there, but he doesn't have both feet either. He's got to have 2 feet. Yes. All right, great shot there.
Great replay, guys. Doing a great job.
And right now we have some blood time.
Why don't I pick up here again with Paula Schultz and family, and Roy and Marty Varner, who did the Division I match scoring. Our match board brackets, Vicki Meredith, girls from Notre Dame, Red Bank, East Ridge, and Greenville. Great help there, we appreciate it. Christy Mara, the Parade of Champions. Mike Royster, graphics board. Kyle Eskew, the sound. And of course, Carol Goss, the announcer up there, does a tremendous job. And despite having to deal with Charlie while she's up there working on that.
We're very proud of our Notre Dame family. Notre Dame faculty and young adults happily providing their talents.
And the Goss family, not just great coordinators, a lot of great wrestling tradition right there. And Pennington, as did Crosby, easily escapes. We've got another
These two gentlemen, it's often been said wrestling is fighting without punching, and that's what you're seeing right now. 275 pounds, state title on the line.
We've got another best match possibility, too.
We may have a tie for that tonight, guys. We may have a toss-up.
Undefeated wrestlers.
1-1. Who will score? Crosby's in deep. Crosby trying to finish. Pennington trying to fight him off. Will he get both legs? No, Pennington.
Again, they're on the edge of the mat.
Pennington may get 2 himself. He locks up. Crosby trying to keep the leg. We may get a stalemate if he doesn't get the takedown. Crosby trying to finish, and Pennington is giving him everything he wants. This would be an upset also.
This would be maybe one of the biggest upsets of the tournament.
In tournament history. This guy's been talked about, Crosby, everywhere by everybody involved in the sport. He's got a minute to go. He's only tied at
1-1.
Pennington might disagree with you guys on that. He's 47-0.
Well, right now, this is why you hate to see a winner and a loser. Both guys in a match like this, you kind of think they deserve a gold medal. There's only one winner and one loser, and they'll decide it one way or the other, even if we go into overtime. This could go to overtime.
A lot of times the way a gentleman gets nationally ranked is by what he does over the summer, and it could be that Mr. Pennington didn't compete over the summer, whereas Mr. Crosby did. Why he may have been overlooked just a little bit by some of the college coaches.
What a heavyweight match. We're down to 30 seconds. Both men warned for stalling. If you see the fist of David Heffington up in the air, look at this. Pennington may pull it off.
They are battling for the...
Sprawling. We could have an overtime. 19 seconds. Can one score? Look at Crosby. He may turn it in, and they're standing up.
What a match. This is exciting. Golly.
10 seconds, wrestling fans. Tied 1-1, 275-pound state title on the line.
It doesn't get any better than this, fellas.
We're going to see an overtime. It looks like 3 seconds to go.
I imagine some of the wrestling fans may be standing in front of their televisions at this point.
Pennington looks like he's having a little problem. I don't know whether, with all that energy he's exerted, whether he can breathe, maybe hyperventilating a little bit. 3 seconds to go. They're trying to check.
Looks like he's having a little problem, like you say, with his breathing.
They're
3 seconds.
Making sure he's okay. We don't want any respiratory problems. There's a lot of medical staff here, as we said earlier. He gets 2 minutes. If he would have gone past 2 minutes, you can't take a timeout and gas up. But you do get 2 minutes if you look like you're having a problem. And he did not surpass that. 3 seconds left in the first. We've got an overtime working right here. In the third, look at this. Will he finish? No!
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Love it, guys. Love it.
Outstanding battle. Clash of the Titans. What a way to finish up the Division I state wrestling tournament. 1-1. As we got a replay of this, I believe.
And the big boys.
Nice.
Watch this lift here. Crosby does to save it.
Great. What effort.
Oh, my goodness.
What effort.
That's fun. That is fun to watch right there. Well, we got an overtime. Let's explain that real quick so when we catch up to it here, people will know what's going on. It's 1-1. There's a 1 minute overtime period. If one of the wrestlers scores by a takedown, or there could be a stalling call still, but it's probably going to be a takedown by one of them. And if not, then they go into a double overtime. The double overtime is 30 seconds and decided by, really, a lot of times, a coin flip.
The person that scores the first point
will win.
Gets the choice whether they want up or down. If in that 30 seconds you choose down and you escape, you win the match. If the person holds you down, you win the match. So it is really coming down to the wire.
That last 30 seconds, that being down, I think, is the advantage. It's just hard to hold somebody for 30 seconds.
And this is not your typical 275-pound match. It's very possible that one of these big men could shoot a takedown and score. Not usually the case at 275 pounds.
Well, they generally, for lack of a better word, they don't have the movement, and they're a little more boring than the lighter weight matches, but not today. You've got two guys.
I was going to point out that quite often the bigger guys may turn off a few wrestling fans, but not tonight.
We need some WWF people in here taking a look at these guys with all that agility. Here we go, Pennington or Crosby. Who will score? We've got 47 seconds left in the overtime. Greenville's Crosby in the green, Pennington in Clarksville.
40 seconds.
Looking for a little intestinal fortitude right here and find out who's got it.
Well, they both have it as far as I'm concerned. Just who's going to win out here in the end. 28 seconds. Oh, I hate to see a match decided by a flip. Will it be, or will Crosby score? No!
What a flurry of activity.
19 seconds. Pennington.
These gentlemen.
Crosby, who's going to get it? 13 seconds. 11,
That's
not
no score.
yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
no score, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing display of
this is unreal, guys. This is unreal.
7 seconds on the clock. Neither man will give up a point.
Best match right here, guys. Best match.
it looks like we've got some injury time. I don't know what happened to Greenville's Crosby. Looks like he might have taken a shot in the face or head or nose or something.
Once you exceed your 2 minutes, you either report back to the center of the mat or you must concede the match.
All right.
And another replay coming up.
There it is. Crosby in the green. And a last-second attempt at a shot by Pennington, trying to get it before time runs out. We still have 7 seconds left.
Crosby just trying to move around behind just to get the 2.
Almost has it right there.
Pennington will not give up, will not relinquish. I thought that was the 2 there. Still hanging in there.
What effort.
Never stop, never quit.
Never stop
That
moving.
would have been an easy point right there, guys.
Crucial in
give
the
it
sport
in
of
right
wrestling
there.
to never stop moving.
7 seconds left, and it looks like he was going to go for the starting blocks right there, Pennington.
275-pound state title overtime match. TSSAA State Wrestling Championships, Chattanooga, Tennessee. McKenzie Arena. No score.
Time just ran out.
Who gets the choice here, guys?
Okay, the flip.
I believe Crosby scored first. And he chooses down.
Okay, this favors Crosby heavily.
If Crosby escapes, he wins the match. 30 seconds are on the clock. Pennington must hold him down to win. And there is your 2003
What a
state
match, guys.
champion.
What a match.
Double overtime.
Golly, though.
Unbelievable.
What a match.
What a clash of the Titans.
What a finish to 14 outstanding matches, 14 winners, 14 losers, and they can't be called losers. They just came out on a short end of effort today. I've never seen a heavyweight match like that ever. I've been watching wrestling now since my son Michael was about 2nd grade. Attended hundreds of matches. I have not seen a heavyweight match like that. And Josh Pennington running out under the tunnel, of course, to let that loss sink in. And
I'm going to tell you guys, that may have been my favorite one right there. That was tough.
Again, when you give 110% like that, you may be a little disappointed now, but you have nothing to be ashamed of, everything to be proud of, making your family proud.
Let's take a look at what happened right there at the end. We got a replay. And
Pennington chose the down position. All he needs is an escape here. You see, once
Crosby.
he breaks the wrist, he's halfway out.
And right there is your 1-point score. Pennington losing a heartbreaker to Crosby. What a great match. And we are going to take a break. We're going to come back with some awards and some interviews. And we're glad you're watching. Sponsored by Checking and Cash, the 2003 TSSAA State Wrestling Tournament. We'll be back in a minute.
I'm just going to thank everybody. Right now, they're syncing all the cameras up.
All right, we're back with you, and what a match we just saw. What a state tournament we've seen. You can see on the monitor there that you had some action still going on in the Division II state tournament. But we're going to go to an interview here with the man that made this all possible. His passion for wrestling benefits us all. And checking the cashes, Alan Jones wants to address everybody here on Channel 9 and Fox 11 who has helped put this thing together. Let's take an interview here with Johnny Lennon. All right.
We are here live at McKenzie Arena for the 2003. We're live at McKenzie Arena for the 2003 State Wrestling Championships with our proud sponsor, Alan Jones, chairman of Checking the Cash. Alan, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Johnny. I just want to thank all the folks at Fox 61 and everybody that helped put this on. Dwayne Shriver and you and Mike Cragen and all the people that came together, and especially Ronnie Carr at the TSSAA that helped change the format a little bit, which kind of sped this thing up a little bit. And on behalf of Checking the Cash, our 1,715 payday advance centers around the country and our 2,000 employees, we just want to thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to be showing you right after this the award winners and got some interviews coming up.
Thank you very much, Alan Jones, Checking the Cash chairman, proud sponsor of the TSSAA 2003 Division I State Wrestling Championships.
All right, we are very happy that Alan Jones would invest his time and effort, and his love for wrestling, as I mentioned earlier, benefits us because we get to put on a great show like this. And we're going to try to get Daniel Crosby lined up. I think Mr. Morris is checking him out. But first we're going to go here in just a minute. We're going to take another short commercial break, and then we will be back with you. So let's take another quick commercial break, and we'll come back with some more interviews.
He's telling you you can extend the interviews a lot longer if you want. On the blue. Yeah, we got about 37 minutes of posting. Hey, you got plenty of time. You can take.
Yeah, but I'm not that good.
We'll get the breaks in.
I'm not that good, so.
We're back at McKenzie Arena for the 2003 TSSAA State Tournament. And you just saw one of the best heavyweight matches ever, I believe. And we have Johnny Lennon standing by with Greenville State Champion Daniel Crosby.
Wrestling fans, this is a hot, sweaty 2003 275-pound state wrestling champion, Daniel Crosby from Greenville, Tennessee. Daniel, clearly one of the most fantastic 275-pound battles we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the hardest match I had all year. In fact, out of the 111 I won, this is the closest I felt to losing since my sophomore year. I give all respect in the world to Jason Pennington. He's a great wrestler. I love him to death, man. He's all about the sport, and he's all what it means. And I'd like to thank my parents, my coaches, man, all the fans back at home, all the Science Hill fans, the Region 1 fans are great, man. Maybe this will give some respect to our region, but this is great, man.
A lot of respect to your region, Daniel, a lot of respect. Daniel, you wrestle more like you're a lighter weight gentleman. You and Mr. Pennington, do you train in that fashion?
Yes, sir. My assistant coach is like a father to me, like a brother, man. One of the greatest guys in the world is Robert Walker. And Josh Quillen, Robert's 160 pounds, man. He's so fast. I just have to keep him on my feet all the time and do the same stuff he does. You can't wrestle like a heavyweight when you're wrestling somebody like that.
Does that give you an advantage over other heavyweights if you wrestle that fast, that quick, working those single legs like you do?
I think so. It helps me move around the midsection a little bit better and faster on my feet. I think it helps out a lot.
You're now a two-time state wrestling champion. What are your plans for the future, Daniel?
To definitely go to college and get an education and wrestle somewhere, play football.
Have you had any looks at you yet?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to Findlay, Ohio, and UTC right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, two-time state champion, 275 pounds, one of the most fantastic bouts, heavyweight history, right here at McKenzie Arena, Daniel Crosby. Congratulations, Daniel.
All right, waiting in the wings, we've got Steve Logston winning team Bradley Central Bears, and Steve Logston, head coach. They have won 10 state championships, and they are working on just finished number 11. Bradley, the team title. Here we go, Steve Logston with Johnny Lennon.
Wrestling fans, this is quite an honor, quite a privilege. I'm standing here with Coach Steve Logston, once again, state champions for Bradley Central High School. Coach, it was nip and tuck there for the first 2 days. I think you guys pulled it out early today.
Yeah, it was close. Actually, last night, the semifinals, and it would be a huge round. We had 6 in the semifinals. Every coach knows it's a great round to score points in. And when we put 6 through to the finals, we created a big gap there, and it made me sleep a lot better last night, I'll tell you that.
Coach, so you think semifinals is where it happened for you?
Oh, absolutely. I went to bed last night with a 70-point lead, I think, after the round of consolations last night, and you know, just it's a great feeling. I don't think it was mathematically actually wrapped up. We'd have to lose every match probably, and that's just it's a great tribute to my kids. They wrestled great to get to the finals, and the ones that fell earlier had the guts to come back through to fight for consolation points, and that's how you win tournaments, and I couldn't be prouder of my kids.
And tonight's finals matches, any surprises for you?
Not really. You know, there's always favorites in certain matches, and you know, we won the 3 that I thought we were going to win, and the matchup at 19 was going to be just a great matchup. I knew that. You know, Saudi's kids tough, our kids tough, both state champions, and it was a tough match. And you know, what are you going to say? How can I complain?
I have a question for you then, Coach. All the state titles that you've wrapped up here in your illustrious career, does any stand out more than the other?
Absolutely not. They're all great. You know, each team has different kids, different personalities, different families, supporters, and you know, there's no way I could rank one over the other one. In my heart, they're all great. They're all outstanding.
Congratulations, Coach Logston. Coach, 2003 state duals and traditional team champions, Bradley Central High School. Congratulations.
All right, we're back here, and right now we're showing a shot of state champion Danny Coleman of Cleveland on the top ledge right there. And in the 6th place position at 103 was Joseph Pear of Page. 5th place, Jacob Whitson of Daniel Boone. Darius Rudas of Eastridge. Ely Puckett, 3rd of Gibbs. 2nd, Blake Tinsley of Bradley Central. And Danny Coleman on top of the ladder for Division 1. All right, we're gonna break real quick for a commercial, and we'll be back at you here in just a minute. I got you. I got you. We're going to come back to 112, then to him, then to Ronnie. 112 first, then to Kenny.
112, then to you, and then to
Alan. The award ceremony, Sean Spearoff from Collierville, 6th place. B.J. Sullivan of Cookville, 5th place. Chris Green of Cheatham County, 4th place. Ryan McGraw of Daniel Boone, 3rd place. Mike Ortiz of Franklin in 2nd, and Ari Ibrahim of Overton is your 1st place winner for 112 pounds Division I. Okay, we've got Chad Pennington lined up here, and what a great effort by young Chad Pennington. It's going to take a lot of guts for this young man, heartbroken, but with an effort like that, he deserves to be on the stand. It's not Chad Pennington, it's Jason Pennington. I'm mixing myself up with the New York Jets. This guy, though, what a great effort. Let's go to Jason talking with Johnny Lennon.
Thanks, Michael. This is Jason Pennington, runner-up, 275 pounds. Wrestling fans, if you just witnessed that 275-pound bout, you have no doubt in your mind that this gentleman must feel proud of yourself, Jason. Even though you lost, you gave 120%.
Yeah, I guess so. Could have done better, but, flip of the coin. He's a better wrestler, so, that's the way things go. So it's all right, So.
Good way to finish up the year in the finals, feeling good about yourself. You did your family and your school very proud. Anything to say to your fans out there?
I'm glad that they're proud, but, I'm not, I expected more of myself, but, I'm glad I made them proud. I accomplished something, so it's all right.
Again, one of the best historical 275-pound bouts that we've seen at the state tournament. Feel proud. Be proud of yourself, Jason. Congratulations. State runner-up, Jason Pennington, 275 pounds, double overtime.
Jason Pennington, great job. And just stepping off the awards ceremony was 119
shots. You establish the 2. Once the guy responds, go in on the 1.
119 pounds. It was Tam Cow of Doxville West, Alan Aiken of Science Hill. 4th was Charlie Warfield of Franklin. Justin Talley of South Doyle was 3rd. Kyle James was 2nd, and Kyle James was 1st, and Bradley Sean Cordell was 2nd place. So a great battle right there. And now we are headed to the 125-pound bracket we're showing right now. On there is Mark Fuller in 6th of Bradley, Isaac Sanders of Franklin Road, 5th, Bradley Felix of Franklin 4th, Dylan Jennings of Clarksville 3rd, Chris Brown of Soddy 2nd, and Matt Bird of East Ridge was 1st. Real quickly, we're going to try to take you to the head man of the TSSAA. This is the guy that puts it all together and governs this great body here. It is Ronnie Carter. Let's talk to Ronnie Carter over here, TSSAA director.
Again, wrestling fans, we're here at the McKenzie Arena, the TSSAA State Wrestling Championship. We are here with the fearless leader of the TSSAA, Mr. Ronnie Carter. Mr. Carter, huge success again this year.
Yeah, it was, Johnny. We made a couple of changes and just had wrestling all. Didn't stop for any awards, doing all of our awards at the end. It was really good because I think it kept everything really alive tonight. It was a great atmosphere in the room. We were very excited about it, really.
You're right. You're right. It was. And any plans for the future? The tournament's going to stay together, Division I, Division II?
Yeah, I would say right now would be Division I, Division II. Same format as we are this year. We might be a couple of tweaks here and there. Probably about the same format, and more than likely we'll be back here. We do all that evaluation at the end, have to look at everything. But it's a very, very successful, and of course Chattanooga's a great place. It's a great place for wrestling. Probably our richest tradition and history in the States right here in this city.
There's so many people to thank for the success of this tournament. Again, thank you, Mr. Ronnie Carter, head of the TSSAA. This is the 2003 State Wrestling Championships at McKenzie Arena. Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Our cameraman's being awful busy here. We're going to move to the 130-pound award stand. over here, and we have got a shot of the 130-pound medalist. Bill Seaman of Mount Juliet was 6th. Joel Kahns of Franklin was 5th. Jake West of Bradley Central 4th. Willie Furman of Red Bank 3rd. And we had Daniel Boyce of Cookville runner-up, and Josh Boskin of Science Hill, your state champion at 130 pounds. That's quite the scene right there. And these guys getting rewarded. They get to keep the brackets. That's what's awarded to the winner. And in a little while, if we have time, we hope to get to the best wrestler and the best match of the tournament. I think best match undoubtedly was the heavyweight match at 275 pounds. And we are getting ready now for the 135-pound award division. And let's go to the D2 for just a second if we can. We're getting an interview lined up. We'll go to the D2 awards. There they are on the stands. And okay, I guess we're getting ready for another interview. Just a moment. Getting ready to go. So let's go back to Johnny here for just a second. We'll get the. All right. Well, this is live television. We had somebody lined up for the interview, and he's not there, so we're watching the awards. We're at 135 pounds now. John Vandal of Clarksville was 6th place. Chris Shawley of Smyrna was 5th place. Jesse Gaynor of South Doyle, 4th place. Max Gessler of Tullahoma, 3rd place. 2nd place went to Jonathan Drinkwine of Overton, and John Lane of Soddy Daisy at 135 pounds is the state champion. All right, here we are. We have Pat Simpson getting ready in a minute. We're getting him lined up. Pat Simpson is a legend from Nashville area and a great, great coach. His son, Philip Simpson, was the only 4-time state champion in private school history. And we're getting ready to go to Pat here in just a minute as he is getting brought over by Johnny Lennon. And let's take a listen to what Pat Simpson has to say.
Wrestling fans, I'm standing with Division II team champion coach from Father Ryan High School, Mr. Pat Simpson. Congratulations, your 10th title.
Thank you, John.
And anything key to the success? You guys jumped out to a big lead. I don't think you ever looked back after the semifinals.
Well, we had a good draw, so that really helped us, and our kids wrestled about as good as we could. So, you know, when you wrestle well, you got a chance to win.
I asked Coach Loxton the same thing, Coach. Is there any title that stands out more than this one? Or does anyone stand out in the past that's more special than this one?
Always the first one.
Because
I went about 10 years, and you question whether you can coach or not. And then when you finally win it, then you know you can.
Final team score, do you recall that off the top of your head?
I have no idea.
This is our 2003 Division II coach, Father Ryan High School, Pat Simpson, state champions.
All right, back over to the podium. We're making our cameraman work back and forth here, but we're going to go to the 140-pound division, and they are up there real quickly. We have got Jason Gooden of Red Bank in 5th place, Jameson Cagle in 4th place of Cleveland, Bobby Mooser of Brentwood in 3rd, and Vaughn Davis of Franklin in 2nd place, and Michael Cragen of Bradley is the state champion at 140 pounds. So we've got a lot of action yet to show you. We have coming up the 145-pound awards, but right now, the 140-pounders right there standing on the mat. We're getting ready for 140 Division II. They're starting to announce. Let's take a quick commercial break right here. Boys, if you can help us out there, we'll go away for 30 seconds, and we'll be right back at you.
In 2nd place from Colorado, Nick Myers. And in 1st place, the champion from McCall, Justin Blair. From
All right, you said you got 3 minutes worth of commercials. Is that what you're going to do? We just showed the 145-pound medalist Jason Chaney of Collierville, Johnson Bullard of Franklin, J.T. Gordy of Sycamore, and Luke Warnman of Houston. Stephen McKinney of Dobbins Bennett was your champion at 145 pounds. All right. We have with us right now the director of this tournament, Mr. Jim Morgan. So Johnny, the busy Johnny Lennon, is right back here with Jim Morgan.
Right, Michael Cregan, tournament director, head coach, Baylor School, former UTC coach, Jim Morgan. Coach, you think the tournament, huge success?
I feel like it was, both divisions.
Anybody that especially stands out you want to thank and helped you over there?
No, I have so many great people helping me that people say I run a good tournament. That's not exactly it. I have great help, and this help, I get out of their way because they do it well, and I'm not going to mess them up.
Spoken words of a great leader. Team-wise, Coach, you had a pretty strong finish.
Pretty strong finish. We were, I guess, disappointed in the overall finish, but I think the efforts were there, and that's all you can judge by is individual efforts, and I have no regrets.
Been tournament director of this tournament for how long, Coach Morgan?
A while back. I don't keep up with the years.
We'll just say many moons ago. Sports fans, this is Coach Jim Morgan, tournament director. Thank you very much. Very big success.
All right, we're back up, and we have the 152-pound award winners, and Jamal Littlejohn of McGavick, Jim Weekly of Clarksville in 5th, Josh Bennett of Dixon County in 4th, Donnie Floyd was 3rd place from South Doyle, Chris Cochran of Brentwood was 2nd. First place goes to Dustin Catlett of Bradley Central. All right, and Coach Steve Logston was at Bradley Central, man on top. Coach Steve Logston was the proud winner tonight of team championship. 12 that makes now, state championships, including duels and including the traditional state. I want to thank a few people while we got a moment here, and then we'll do some wrap-up stuff. But the first thing, we got a lot of stuff in to thank, and of course, the first thing you need to do is talk about the wrestling and the wrestlers. Mr. Shriver, they are, I mean, what an effort. You saw that the heavyweight match, but from the very first match on up, unbelievable effort, guts, and the training they do to get there. They got to be the first people that we take our hats off.
It's so exciting to see how much, people don't realize how much work sometimes it goes into these programs, into these wrestlers individually, the dedication, the sacrifices that they make to make weight and to condition themselves and to get to this point. And of course, this is the ultimate. This is what they work for to get here. And this is anybody who is in a wrestling family, and we consider ourselves a very strong family. And but that's what it's all about. And we work hard, and they all deserve a great round of applause and a great credit for all the efforts that they do.
All right,
and parents and wrestlers alike.
Real quickly, we've got other people to thank. Of course, Alan Jones, you saw him interviewed there. Well, let's do the 160s real quick, and then we'll thank the rest of the people at 160 pounds. It was first place was Brandon Beasley was 6th place. Tim Pack of McGavick was 5th place. Justin Knox of Farragut, 4th place. Ryan Drummond of Clarksville Northeast, 3rd place. Sean Bass of Tullahoma, 2nd place. And then Quinn Gibson of Bradley Central was the winner. Alan Jones, of course, we want to thank him for his great passion for wrestling, benefits all of us. His lady behind the scenes that really is a person that runs checking and cash. Everybody knows that. Sandra Rowland, special lady, keeps me and Alan and everybody on the right path when it comes to these things. Danny Gilbert helped out with his knowledge and expertise. My partner, Dwayne Shriver, right here, always willing to help out when needed. Thrust into the driver's seat right here with us to do the play-by-play and did a great job. News Channel 9 production staff, special thanks to Steve Hedrick and Bob Nolan for their production. Fox 61 for taking an interest in the efforts of these high school wrestlers. They arranged their programming for you out there to accommodate this event. What a service to our community. And also, I'd like to thank Johnny Lennon for his great interviews and analysis. Denise Craig and my wife for her love and support. TSSAA, what a great organization. You saw Ronnie Carter right there. So we are ready to take a commercial break. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we do. Do we want to try to get this? Okay, yeah, we should just fill because we're not going to be able to show all the rest of them anyway, right? Okay, we'll just go ahead and fill.
In sixth place, from Blackman, in fifth place from Bradley Central, Josh Cooper. In fourth place from South Daisy, Paul Campbell. In third place from Maryland, Sven Romberg. In second place from Fairview, Aaron Hoffman.
All right, we're back here at the McKenzie Arena. We just finished an outstanding TSSAA Division I state tournament. Great action on Division II. Let's real quickly read you a couple of weight classes. We'll go right straight to an interview with a couple of state champions. First of all, 171, Mike Maurer from Houston. 6th, Ryan Gorey of William Blunt. 5th, Wade Hadley of Clarksville. 4th, John Edmonds of Science Hill. 3rd, Nathan Jones defeats Brian Blackman in the final. 1st for Nathan Jones, Brian Blackman 2nd. 189 quickly, Kenneth Meredith of Blackman, Josh Cooper of Bradley Central, Paul Campbell of Saudi Daisy 4th, Sven Romberg of Maryville 3rd, and Aaron Cothran of Fairview 2nd, and Tim Friel was your state champion. And let's go now. We're going to see Johnny Lennon has 2 Bradley Central wrestlers at the 152, 160-pound weight class that won their state championship tonight.
Wrestling fans, if you follow the sport of wrestling in the state of Tennessee, you no doubt have heard these 2 names. 152-pound state champion for the 2nd time, Dustin Catlett, and for the 2nd time as well, Quinn Gibson, Bradley Central High School 160-pound state champion. Gentlemen, is it harder to defend your title?
Yes, it is. There's a lot more pressure on you the 2nd time.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes, a whole lot harder, more pressure. It's harder to keep your shape. You gotta know what you gotta be doing.
You sound like two very proud gentlemen. How does it feel wrestling for a dynasty like Bradley High School?
I love it. I'm glad that I came here and glad to meet Coach Loxton. He taught me everything I know pretty much.
Do you guys feel like you are the best trained team in the state?
Possibly, yeah. If not, we're up there. But we train pretty hard. And you got to say, don't let nobody take it from you because you train the hardest.
That's the way you two wrestle. And I'm proud to say this is the 152-pound and 160-pound state champions, Dustin Catlett, Quinn Gibson, Bradley Central High School, also team state champions, dual and traditional state. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right, real quickly, we're going to read you. We're just about ready to go off the air in a few minutes here, but we'll try to fit in what we can. At 215 pounds, 5th place, Josh Bonham of Cleveland. Hugh Latimer of Christ Presbyterian was 4th. Jeff Perrietta of Farragut was 3rd. James Turner of Smyrna was 2nd. And in a great match at 215 pounds, Anthony Evans takes the prize. In 6th place at 275, Jeremiah Trundle of Millington Central. Parks Harding was 5th from East Ridge. Thomas Anderson of Dobbins Bennett was 4th. James Reed of Sullivan East was 3rd. And Josh Pennington and Daniel Crosby gave us a match of their lives. Pennington second for Clarksville. Crosby was first. So what a great, great state tournament we had, guys. We're not too far from wrapping up. Real quick comments.
Well, talking to Jason Pennington, you wrestling fans can see he feels like he didn't do himself justice. Everyone that watched the match, unbelievable. My gosh, how could you give any more of yourself? You can see what these guys go through mentally and physically. I'd like to say that I'm very proud, and I wouldn't be here were it not for the support of my family. Wrestling is a big family. My brother Michael, my father, everybody supports me. It's a community, and we all love each other.
Guys, I'd just like to say that this has been a great pleasure for me to work with you guys on this broadcast. I'm so excited. I got my heart's just going 100 miles an hour right now. But it's been great, and I appreciate you involving me, and look forward to maybe some future stuff.
Well, I tell you, I think it's been a great success. We've had great production by Channel 9, as we said. Fox 61, thanks a million for putting this on the air. Thank you, Alan Jones, for loving this sport so much that you'll do that. I don't think we're going to get to stay on long enough to hear the best wrestler and the best match. If we do, we'll try to bring it. We probably won't see the team awards passed out. But I don't know if you people saw anything like this here, but I tell you, you did a great, great job out there. These wrestlers did, and that's where really it begins, the heart and soul of those wrestlers.
Hopefully next year we get some more community involvement. We can bring you both Division II and Division I, so that wrestling fans who deserve to see both of these finals matches, both are just as intense. Several key matchups there between McCauley and Father Ryan. Several 2- and 3-time state champions were crowned in Division II this evening.
And if you are a fan of any of the private schools out there and you have the ways and means to help raise not a lot of money really to put this on, I mean, most people couldn't do it individually, but there are hopefully some corporations and stuff out there, or a man like Mr. Jones can step up and we can go ahead and get this. He did a Division I. It is a pretty good size expense, but Division II, as you said, deserves to be on there. And we hope to bring you both tournaments next year. Of course, one live, one on a replay. And we've already, the same partnership we've formed here with Channel 9 and with Fox 61, we know they can do a heck of a job, and we can put that thing together if we do get the additional financial help.
Wrestling, the oldest sport in the history of the world, wrestling fans. There's no reason, no doubt, why we are so proud to be involved in a sport that truly challenges and tests young men and women's courage.
The most character-building sport, as far as
Best character developer there is around.
Because most people do not like, hitting a baseball is a lot of fun. Throwing a pass is a lot of fun. Doing things like that, it's enjoyable. But sitting there and having someone in practice every day try to take you physically, manhandle you, go through the gut-wrenching training it takes, why, it's really hard. But listen, guys, I'm going to tell you, it's been a live event. We hope you enjoyed it. We're getting ready to roll some tape here for the credits for everybody, and we've got to credit these wrestlers, as we said. Thank you, Johnny Lennon. Thank you, Dwayne Shriver. Thank you to all involved.
Good evening.